Stop! In the name of police officer. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I don't think I've had a good introduction to this channel yet, so here we are. My name is William Cody, and for the most part on this channel I'll be doing bad movie reviews or other reaction videos like that. Unfortunately, I'm not related to Jay Cote, who does a similar sort of thing, but most of his content is Star Wars based. And I would go check out some of his videos if you have some time. And he has quite a bit of subscribers, so maybe a little shout out, please. A little collab here or there. Anyway, let's get started with today's movie, which is actually a Disney movie released in 1994 called Blank Check. So, our basic plot summary for this movie is there's a young boy named Preston who's your average snobby little white broke boy that no one likes. And he gets bullied for being broke, actually, which is weird because you wouldn't think of younger kids bullying each other for how broke they are, because all kids are broke. No kids actually make money. If your parents are rich, that's a different thing, but they're still broke. Anyway, Preston's a little dumb broke boy who's in the middle of a bike chase for some random reason. His bully stole something from him and is now running away. And while he's chasing this kid on a bike, bam! A car backs into Preston's bike and absolutely destroys it. But it turns out the person in the car is actually a criminal. He's trying to do some money laundering on the side. Precisely $1 million to hide and cash out at a bank. So after he runs into Preston's bike, he gives him a blank check and he says, "Give this to your dad. He'll know what to do with it." But Preston, being the smart, I guess, white boy he is, puts the check into the computer and somehow prints $1 million on the check. So now we have Preston, who has $1 million check, and the next day he goes to the bank to cash it out. But there's a slight confusion because the criminal is sending this guy named Juice to go pick up the money at 1 o'clock. Preston shows up a couple minutes before 1 to cash out a $1 million check, which is the exact amount that the criminal was money laundering in the first place. So Preston gets his $1 million, and the banker, thinking he just did the criminal a favor, accidentally just gave $1 million to a little kid. And then when Juice actually walks in, big problem. Big problem. So now Preston is just, he's rolling in that dough. He's a rich little boy. He bought a house. Sorry, forgot about that for a second. Yeah, he bought a house for like $300,000. And then there's like go-kart tracks in the back. There's a whole pool. There's a slide from a room. There's this weird looking TV thing, which is just a bunch of like little monitors squished together. But he's a little smarter than I thought, because he can't just buy all of this stuff in his name, because people know he's just like an 11-year-old kid. So he uses a fake name, which ends up being Mr. Macintosh. So now the whole town is aware of this rich guy named Mr. Macintosh, who lives in this mansion with a pool and a go-kart track. And Preston convinces his parents that he's just working for this rich dude. Okay. But anyway. And then we move a little further. So at the bank, where Preston got all of his money, he meets someone. And this is another character named Shay. And just a heads up, she is 30 years old. 30 years old. Please keep that in mind. It's going to get really weird. So anyway, Preston and Shay are chatting it up a little bit. Preston says he'll come back the next day just to visit her, and so he sees her a couple times. Before he just asks her out on a date. What? He's 11? She's 30? And they're going on a date. So here we are. They're at a very nice restaurant. Preston is just being your average 11-year-old, goofing off. Shay being the adult in the situation should, I don't know, walk away? He's 11. What are you doing? And this whole date thing is just the most awkward thing ever, as it should be. Something that's illegal should kind of feel awkward, I feel like, at least for a little bit. The fact that she's 30 and he's 11 um, just makes this whole scene unbearable to watch. I had a hard time just watching this little scene, but I think you understand once you just look at the age gap and say, just pause and be like, hey, wait a minute. She's an adult, a lot older, 30 years to be precise, and he's 11. Oh, so after their super nice dinner, they go to this water place. Fountains. There are a lot of fountains there. And Preston's having a blast because he's 11, but I can't see how a 30-year-old woman would imagine this to be fun. But, you know, give it up to Shay. She's having a blast on a date with a very young boy, but that's okay. So, our three bad guys, the original criminal who backed into Preston's bike, Juice, and then the banker guy, slowly start to catch on that Preston is actually Mr. McIntosh, right? And they spot him in a park, and they just start chasing him in a car. It looks like with the intention to kill him. I couldn't really tell what was going on here other than the fact that they were just screaming and chasing him while he's on his bike. But he does eventually escape. Just barely, but he escapes. He lives another day. Um, After this, Preston goes home and talks to his family about his whole situation, how he's working for this Mr. McIntosh guy. He's making a little bit of money on the side, where in reality, he had $1 million, and he's slowly just spending it all away on pointless stuff. But, then we get this legendary line from Preston.
Later, toads.
Later, toads. Alright, so with about 15 minutes left in the movie, Preston is throwing a birthday party for Mr. McIntosh at the house he bought, right? And Shay is looking to meet Mr. McIntosh, She just wants to get to know the guy. She's been trying to meet him for like a couple days now. And Preston lets her know that he is unavailable. No, he's not there because he doesn't exist. And we get a close look at Preston's bank account. And he has almost spent the $1 million. All of it. He's almost spent all of the $1 million in what I could count like 4 days. And this movie was filmed in 1994. So with a little inflation, that's like $2.2 million today. And you're telling me an 11-year-old can spend that in 4 days? There's no way. That's so unrealistic. Alright, so at the birthday party for Mr. McIntosh, your favorite three criminals show up again, and they're trying to catch Preston. I think they're just gonna kill him. Honestly, I wouldn't be too upset at this point, but that's just what it looks like. But the police get there in time before anything bad happens to Preston, and our three bad guys get arrested because Shay is actually an FBI agent. The Shay that went on a date with Preston is an FBI agent. First of all, say you're an FBI agent, 30 years old. Life's pretty good. Why are you going on a date with an 11-year-old? I get it might have been for your job because she was looking for Mr. McIntosh. But the next part of the movie actually proves this wrong.
So when can I see you again, Shay?
Why don't you give me a call and say about 10 years?
5,
7.
6.
Okay. It's a date.
What? Did she just kiss that 11-year-old? Did she kiss the 11-year-old? How is that legal? How? Okay, so gosh, I can't even like, my mind can't even process what I just watched. Gosh. So yeah, she kissed Preston. Um, and then they're negotiating when they would like to date each other. Listen, listen, Preston. No, don't do this. I get she may be hot now. But keep in mind, you're 11, she's 30. So when you're a legal adult, she'll be 37. You don't want to do that, my guy. You just don't. Also, for her, why? Why are you like pre-ordering this kid to date in a couple of years? No, I know that's not legal. You can't do that. Also, she should be fired from the FBI if she kissed an 11-year-old. I oh my gosh. Ugh. Okay, so anyway, that's the whole movie, guys. Like I said earlier, I haven't really given a good introduction to this channel. So, I'm William Cody. I'll be doing more bad movie reviews in the future, maybe a couple reaction videos here and there, or just random stuff that I want to talk about. Also, Jay Cote, if you want to hit me up, I would love to do a collab with you. I think we're just long lost brothers. We just pronounce our last names differently. But you do have a lot of subscribers, at least a lot more than I do, and I would love the collab. I do have a fair amount of Star Wars knowledge. So if you want to do that, hit me up. I love watching your videos. I would recommend going to watch some of his videos now, especially ranking Star Wars Freaks 2. I really enjoyed that video. But anyway, thanks for watching, everyone, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Peace.